Hello, everyone. I want to share with you some resources that I have put up on your D2L sites for both classes. These are available. So I just want to show you that and walk you through some guidelines for the research symposium. So this is the research methods course. You are going to find these resources in both classes, so you shouldn't have a problem. All right, so we're going to go to the final project folder, and for you guys, the research class, you see that I've put a lot of the resources that you've already used in this IRB resources folder. That was all the application piece. Now, we've got a folder here called Symposium Resources. All right, I've got a template here. It's actually a PowerPoint slide that will be used by you for your poster presentation. And I'm actually going to create a sample one so that you'll know exactly what I'm thinking about and what this should look like. And I'll do that for you at a later date. If you want to print yours at DETI, Distance Education and Technology Integration, I don't know how much it would cost. The larger posters I think are about $50, but this is the smallest one, so I'm not sure how much that will be. Or you can try to find it maybe through Print Services or through Kinko's or some other printing service. All right, so this is what I really wanted to show you. That's the Research Symposium poster guidelines. So I'm going to open that just so that we can walk through it together. All right, so first you'll see the layout, and when you pull up that template, you'll see that there's going to be 3 columns, and we'll kind of walk through the 4 sections that you'll have in those 3 columns. So the first is your literature review. What you should do is you should take 4 or 5 of the most relevant articles that you found in conducting your literature review, those that show any evidence-based practices, that validate perhaps what you found from your interviews, or things that really show a rationale for whatever resources you suggest. So for each of those articles, synthesize them in 2 or 3 sentences and of course provide an APA appropriate citation. So that should be one section. Now for the research students, you're doing the narrative analysis, and so you've already begun learning about that, of course. And what you should do really is synthesize the themes that you see in all of your interviews into one small story. And again, we're going to do some more learning around that in the next few weeks. The story should be brief, but really make sure that it comes across kind of what the population experiences around the issues that they described and what the major needs are of the population. That's what the story should tell. So section 3 then is suggested resources. And what I'm asking you to do instead of creating a whole program is to just make a list of programs or groups or any specialized services, any specialized counseling that would help fill the need that you or needs that you have found through your research. They should be existing programs, but they might not necessarily be available to the local population. Again, you're not needing to create something from scratch. And then each suggested resource in that kind of bulleted list, just provide a sentence or 2 about how that resource would meet the needs. Again, this would plug in to the whole poster. We've got the rationale, we've got the needs assessment itself, and now here's how we can meet the needs. And then for the Foundations of Counseling and Ethics students, the advocacy plan, and that's the part that you should create based on what you've learned in the class. Here, the steps in advocacy is outlined in your book. identify the problem, which you will have done through your needs assessment, and also you will be able to assess availability of resources. You'll know kind of what's available based on what you want to suggest. Engage in the strategic planning activities. That's what you're doing with this project. The next step in the advocacy plan is train professional counselors to advocate. I'm trying to do that through this assignment and through our class. And then implement the action plan. All right. So the three domains of the action plan, which we talked about in class, and of course you've read about, are the client, the community, and the public arenas. So in terms of thinking about what's most relevant for your population and the needs, you can choose one, two, or all three of these arenas. It's totally up to you in terms of what you found in your research. But then how will you advocate in that particular arena? What will you do? So if you're going to use media, whether it's print media and or social media, what are some examples of something that you might do? Again, it needs to be something brief but concrete. Are there particular people that you will target that you think might be able to help, whether it's local churches or agencies or nonprofits, state and local governments, policymakers, who it is you're going to target with your particular plan. So that's an outline for the symposium. As you are waiting for IRB, you can be working on this, particularly your lit review. That's a very concrete thing that you can be working on now. And just be on the lookout for me to create a poster through that PowerPoint template. I hope this is helpful, and I will talk with you soon.